The Suns hope to bring the same pace and energy into Game 2 here at Phoenix Suns Arena on Thursday. And now they're just 3 wins away from bringing an NBA title to the Valley for the first time. The legendary Native American Basketball Invitational is coming back to Phoenix. To get a ticket to Game 5 here in Phoenix on StubHub, expect to pay more than $1,000. Diamondbacks will take on the San Diego Padres this weekend in a 3-game series. And the only thing that's looking hot for them right now are their new jerseys, as they are 28 games out of first place in the NL West. Joe Jackson has always had a passion for high-intensity sports. After watching Murderball, the wheelchair rugby documentary, he knew he had found his calling.
After that, I was sold. I was like, okay, getting a chair, I'm gonna find a team, and I'm gonna work my way up.
Jackson was paralyzed from the chest down in a football accident in 2005. But he hasn't let his injury stop him from doing what he loves.
I mean, I'm the smallest guy out there, one of them, and I like to hit, like to try and make plays, just be an athlete.
Jackson is a member of the 3-time national winning Phoenix Heat. Last year, Jackson was training to be on the 2020 Paralympic team until the pandemic hit and the games were canceled. There were many limitations on the athletes and strict protocol when it came to their training. But Jackson never quit reaching for his goal, to be a Paralympian.
He's been working through COVID, pushing with a mask on by himself in the gym.
Joe Jackson spent many summers training to be one of the best wheelchair rugby players in the nation. This year, he will be one of 12 members to represent Team USA at the 2021 Paralympics in Tokyo.
Just to represent the USA at the highest level and try to bring back a gold.
The support Jackson gets from his friends, family, and the Paralympic community make the sacrifice he has made to get to this point worth it.
It's like a little family, even at the local level. So here, all these guys are great friends of mine, and we learn from each other. It's like our own little support group, because we're all going through somewhat similar situations.
USA has not won a medal since 2008 and is looking forward to taking down 2-time defending champions Australia. In Phoenix, Erin Slinde, Cronkite News. Technology has taken over many positions in the sports world, but there are some positions that are irreplaceable. Sandra Strock has done the calligraphy for golf scorecards for more than 40 years. She went to school to be an artist, until one day she got a unique job offer.
They needed a calligrapher, and I didn't know what that meant. Write the names and keep the score. I said I could do that.
After each golfer sinks their final putt of the day on the last hole, their scores are recorded up here by Strock on large sheets for everyone to see.
The scoreboard is part of the championship. In other words, to go to one of these events and not see a scoreboard would be like, oh my God. It'd be like, it's part of an event.
Scorecards are a significant part of the golf culture at tournaments, from the junior level to the professional level.
Everybody as a group of people get together more, they interact more, I feel like it's a little bit more of a tournament kind of a feel.
Scorecard calligraphers are important to the game of golf because they are the finalization of the lineups and the scores for each golfer and team.
Because if something's been misspelled, something's changed, they come and tell me, and I change it right away.
Strock is now living a life she had never imagined. She may not be a fan of hot weather, but the relationships she has made through her time working as a scoreboard calligrapher make her job worth it.
Golf events are happy events, and everybody's outside. They're enjoying themselves. They're walking. They're just having a good time.
In Scottsdale, Erin Slinde, Cronkite News. There are many female athletes that dream about playing their sport at the professional level, but there are very few opportunities for females to play professionally in the United States.
You hear a lot about professional athletes for basketball and football going to the NFL or the NBA, but it was like, what's next for volleyball?
Willow Johnson dreamed of becoming a professional volleyball player when she was growing up. Now, that dream is a reality. Johnson played in the new Athletes Unlimited Volleyball League that was located here in the United States. She hopes she can be a role model for the next generation of volleyball players.
I feel unfortunate that I didn't have, I want to be like that girl when I get older. I never had that, and that's because I didn't watch enough volleyball.
Johnson may not have had a volleyball role model, but her dad, former Arizona Diamondbacks Hall of Fame pitcher Randy Johnson, pushed her to be the best.
It's just almost been like drilled in me to just be competitive.
Johnson earned a full ride scholarship to the University of Oregon, where she was an All-American and All-Pac-12 honorable mention. Johnson decided to come back home to Arizona, but it wasn't long before she was ready to try playing professionally again.
They were like, there's a spot for you if you want it. And I felt like, okay, like at that point, I felt like I was ready.
The league just wrapped up their first season with several matches being played on CBS Sports Network and Fox Sports 1. Playing for a television audience not only showcases the sport, but it also gives the next generation of players a sense of what's possible.
It gives these kids something to look forward to. Not everybody wants to move to another country to continue to, excel in their career, and so I just think it's another outlet.
Young volleyball players around the country can now turn on the TV and watch volleyball being played and covered at the highest level. Johnson was once a young athlete with a dream. Now, young athletes with the same dream can watch players like Johnson and strive to be the next generation of professional volleyball players in the United States. In Phoenix, Erin Slinde, Cronkite News. Welcome back to Cronkite News. I'm Erin Slinde, and this is your Cronkite Sports Report. The 2020 Tokyo Olympics officially began after a year-long delay. The opening ceremonies were held Friday, and many athletes have already started to compete, including some from Arizona. Over the weekend, gymnastics preliminaries began featuring two Arizonans, Michaela Skinner and Jade Carey. And one Phoenix native, Jagger Eaton, has already won a medal. He earned bronze at the first ever Olympic skateboarding competition. Let's go to Emily Carmen at the Google touchscreen to learn which other Arizona athletes to watch this Olympic Games. Here's a quick look at the Olympic schedule this week, which will feature some of these athletes. Gymnastics medal events are happening throughout the week, as well as beach volleyball preliminaries. Delaney Schnell will dive tonight, and the women's soccer team plays tomorrow morning. Another name many in the Valley are familiar with is Devin Booker. The star guard for the Phoenix Suns took off shortly after the team's loss in the NBA Finals to join USA men's basketball team in Tokyo. Booker made his Olympic debut in Team USA's group stage game against France over the weekend. Unfortunately, the late addition of Booker has not helped the men's team gain momentum, as the team lost for the first time in the Olympics since 2004, snapping a 25-game win streak in the Olympics for Team USA. One athlete who will not be competing is former Arizona State golfer Jon Rahm. The top-ranked golfer in the world was set to represent Spain in the Olympics. However, he will be forced to forego the games after he tested positive for the coronavirus. This is the second time Rahm has tested positive for the coronavirus within the last 2 months. In June, Rahm was forced to withdraw from the Memorial Tournament prior to the final round after testing positive for COVID-19. That's it for your Cronkite Sports Report. Back to you, Isabella and Harrison.